What is up, YouTube? It's your boy SupraKing here, and today I'm gonna be talking to you guys about my solo build that I made for just the Dark Zone. What I mean by that is this build right over here works perfect for situations like hunting rogues, for situations like going rogue, trying to go solo manhunt, and so far I've come across really good, I guess, ratings. Let's call it ratings. A lot of people have been asking about this build in my live streams, and I've been getting constant questions like, what are you running, how much skill haste, how much skill power, what's your DPS like? So I'm like, you know what, might as well make this build video as fast as I can so people can have an idea on what they need to be doing to be surviving as long as I do whenever I'm solo. Alright, so let's get right into it. And this is the stats right over here, okay? 309,000 DPS, 273,000 toughness, 249, almost 250,000 skill power. As you guys all know, almost every single one of my solo builds always have the same exact toughness, and that's the reason why. Is because I'd rather be using other utilities towards things like skill haste and things like skill power. So, 273,000 toughness is a really good toughness. A lot of you guys might think that's too squishy, but trust me, it's not. As you guys can see by the beginning part of this video, you're watching things like a 3v1 situation, a 4v1 situation, and I was still managing to survive a lot longer than these people just because I had that extra skill power and because my skill haste is a lot better than theirs as well. So this right over here, in my opinion, is the ultimate solo build. A lot of players like running the 3 tac and 3 gold, like 3 tactician 3 gold, but I think this build right over here offers even more survivability just because you're getting a lot more skill power within that build. You're getting like, I think, a total of 40,000 extra skill power or 30,000 compared to the 3 tac 3 gold, and that is a lot. That is more health towards your character from the booster shot. So yeah, let's get right into it. Enough jib jabbering about that. Let's get right into the stats. Let me start off with a gun. As usual, guys, you want to be having adept, deadly, competent. Alright, I said that multiple times in my build videos. You want to be having these 3 talents. If you don't have these 3 talents, another alternative that you guys can do is get adept, deadly, responsive. That is also good as well. But the thing about that is that, like, you have to be at close range to be getting that responsive talent active. But like, the reason why you want competent over responsive is because competent is going to be always active with adept, and things like high skill haste is going to be offering that always active talent towards things like always popping your skill. You understand me there? Like, for example, you can always have adept active if you are timing your skills. Like people get confused when they say this, but you want to be popping your skills like every 10 or 12 seconds. Like, for example, pop your booster shot, you wait 10 or 12 seconds, then you pop your box, and then wait another 10 or 12 seconds, then you pop your booster shot again, because by that time your booster shot is already on the cooldown. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's already ready to be popped. So things like that, okay? That's my best advice, to be trying to keep things like adept and competent, like, keep going. You know what I mean? But yeah. So those are the talents. 21k base damage. It's a little bit under what I want it to be, because the highest roll that you can get on the M4 is like 21.3, I think. So this is almost close to God roll. I'm just 300 off God roll. So yeah. The talents, not talents, but like the mods that I have on it is gonna be all critical hit damage, except for the magazine, critical hit chance and rate of fire. You want to be having critical hit chance for that extra chance of hitting those nice crits. Okay, and make sure your grip has critical hit damage, reloading speed, and stability. That right there is gonna be helping you on things like ADSing fights, and reloading speed is gonna be helping you on reloading faster, so you can be switching fights every now and then. Then we can talk about a chest piece. You got to be running vigorous. Every single time you're solo with a DZ, you got to be having vigors. If not, run overheal, but with overheal you're losing on so much damage, in my opinion. Like, people might like using overdose just because you get more healing, but remember this, you're not getting any resistance. I know resistance isn't as big as it used to be back in the past patches, but it works still well, in my opinion, because it still buffs up your character and it boosts your toughness by 20,000, I think. So I don't know, I like it. So I will get to my mods in a second. Let me just go to the gear. Then I'm going to talk about a backpack, specialized backpack, skill power. I always have skill power in my backpacks. I don't know why. I feel like it does better for my character because it improves my cooldown. It might not improve it like how it used to back then also, because back then it used to drastically drop your cooldown by a lot. Now it minimizes it by a little bit, so but it helps, you know what I mean? Like even 0.5 seconds, even 1 second difference would save your life in a fight. So I think this right over here is better for, you know, solo players in my opinion. Okay. Alright, so ammo capacity on the backpack, you want to have ammo capacity just because you are solo, so you're engaging fights a lot more often. So you know, you're shooting one person, then you're shooting another, then you're shooting another, so your ammo is going by very quick. So you want to have that ammo capacity. For the refreshed mask, I have skill power on it and dessert resistance. I want to have skill power once again because having lots of skill power does improve your survivability. So having that extra skill power on the mask will make you survive a lot longer. Remember, having skill power also adds, you know, more health into your booster shot. So it's kind of like adding extra health, okay? So you want to be doing that. And then the reason why I have refreshed mask is because on that last segment, it improves my booster shot by 48,000. Okay, I'm letting you guys know that right now, just because you guys might be wondering what, like, why using refresh over something like Tenacious or something like Pharaoh's mask. The reason why is because it gives me extra healing on that last segment. So as you guys were watching the first part of this video, you're gonna notice that at one point I was at almost low, like near death, and once I popped that booster shot, I went to not full overheal, but I went to full heal and then a little bit overheal. So that right there really improved my survivability just because of this mask. Yeah, Tenacious will help me on things like in a 1v1 fight, but refresh is going to help you in an overall scenario, things like a 1v3, things like a 1v2 and stuff like that. So refresh is needed for solo players. Skull MC gloves has to have skill haste, sorrowful damage, and critical hit damage. It has to have skill haste. If it doesn't, then this build right over here won't really work for you. You got to find these gloves, and yeah. Alright, so 940 armor on this one. If you guys are having trouble farming Skull MCs, I would recommend you guys going to the dark zone, because I literally grab Skull MC gloves literally every hour. Not even lying to you guys. I farm for 1 hour in the dark zone. I get Skull MC gloves. It might not be God roll, but if you know, as long as it has skill haste and sorrowful damage, you're pretty much fine. Well, as long as it's not stamina also. You don't want to have stamina. You want to have either firearms or electronics. So as long as you have skill haste on a sorrowful, you're pretty much fine. Yeah, you might be losing on critical hit damage, but to be honest, you know, as long as like having skill haste is really important for this build. That's what I'm trying to get to. And then you gotta have that sorrowful damage, but you gotta have that raw damage as well. Okay, so knee pads has to have health on it. I would, well, not would, but I normally did, like back then I used to roll like skill power on it because, you know, I wanted that extra cooldown as well. But I started to notice that like around 250,000 toughness is when I start feeling really squishy, so I can't really encounter things like a 1v3 or 1v2. Like, I can barely survive a 1v2 with skill power on my knee pads. So make sure that you guys have knee pads that have health on it. And then blind death resistance, shock resistance, and disorient. I wish I can take off blind death resistance and roll something like fire resistance, so I can have fire, shock, and disorient. But yeah, I don't have any sharp knee pads that I can roll for like a good one. Well, I have this one, but it has damage to elites on them, and I don't want damage to elites. But yeah, I don't have like a good enough one. I'm very picky with my gear. So nimble holster, you gotta have nimble does help you a lot as a solo player. Like I said multiple times in my solo videos, nimble literally can save your life because it does give you healing over time. It isn't like how it used to be, like if you nimble from, you know, cover to cover, you get full health. Not full health, but you get like instant heals, but it still helps you. It can still help you in a fight because it does give that, you know, adrenaline type of feel to it. So it's like heal over time. So if you are fighting somebody 1v1 and like you're strafing, like moving left to right, you're healing over time. So that can help you. It's not the best, but it's really good to have nimble holster because it can help you in a fight. And then you gotta have skill haste on the major attribute. 1251, 1231, and 1271. Alright, so let's get to the mods now. Mods is all skill haste. See exactly what they're rolled to. Skill haste once again. You guys are seeing something. You guys are starting to see that every single solo build that I have has lots of skill haste on it. And the reason why is because, once again, as a solo player, you gotta have some type of survivability. You gotta have skill haste. You gotta be having that skill haste so you can always pop your skills, because when you're fighting something like a 1v2 or 1v3, they have multiple heals. Fuck, I can't unmod this one. Alright. So yeah, they can, like, they're having multiple heals and all you have is just one heal or two heals, like a medikit and a booster shot. So you have to do something to be helping yourself. So the best way to do that is by trying to lower your cooldown as much as possible. By doing that, you're able to have things like, you know, popping your skills every 15-10 seconds. And that's really good, because with that being said, you're able to survive a lot longer compared to somebody that has no skill haste. So yeah. Alright, so that's all my mods, that's all my gear. I'll show you my secondary. The secondary is important as well. My secondary is skilled, determined, talented. And the reason why I run this on my back and that as my like primary is because this is more like a utility tool where I'm able to have, you know, taking down enemies along the way when I need them. Like if I notice that I'm getting my green ultimate back, like really fast, not really fast, but like soon, like I need like maybe 3 or 4 NPC kills, I just switch to it very quickly, get my green back, and then I can engage another fight and be a little bit reckless again. So it's really good to have this. Like I said in my videos once again, that it's really good to have utility tools. I like to repeat myself because I like to make sure everybody is doing things correctly, right? Like you don't want to have 2 damage dealing weapons, because like you want to have something like assisting you. It's good to have 1 damage dealing weapon is enough. You can have 2 if you want to, but the thing about having 2 is that like you need something to be helping your character. You need something to be giving you either like extra cooldowns, either like having predatory is good as well. You can have something like predatory on your utility weapon, so you can be healing over time. Those type of things would really help you as a solo player, because you need something to be helping you as much as possible. My sidearm doesn't really matter. I don't ever use this, to be honest. What else am I gonna show you guys? I can show you guys the character stats now. Whoa, that's not right. I was showing you guys my sawed off. Sorry about that. Alright, so this is pretty much it. 21,000 base damage, 9% critical hit chance, 110% critical damage, 87 headshot damage. Alright, so you guys might be thinking, 9% critical hit chance, what is this? What kind of build is this, Supra? This build is really good, and it relies heavily on stacking your stacking adept. So you gotta be popping your skills to make this really work. If you really wanna like make this build like really strong, like how you saw in the beginning part of this video, you got to be stacking those skills. You got to be not skills, I keep fucking up. You got to really stacking up adept. So once you stack up adept at its full potential, you're gonna round out to be like around 46.5% critical hit chance, and that is a lot for an assault rifle. But yeah, 46.50 critical hit chance and then 110 critical hit damage. So let me show you guys exactly how to stack correctly. So right over here, I dropped the box. Let's wait 10 seconds. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and pop my booster. Oh, you know, my math might not be correct about this. Who knows? I say 10 seconds because it's around 10 seconds. Yeah, just look how I'm doing it. Of my box is almost done, and then there we go. We stack it up, and making sure our depth is always active. Just keep making sure this is active, because this right over here is gonna be boosting everything about your build. So just keep moving. Just keep doing this as much as you can. You always gotta be doing it, because the second you stop stacking the depth is when your build isn't as strong as it could be. I'm not saying this build is complete shit without a depth. You can literally stack a depth twice and still be good. But if, like I said, if you really want to be stacking a depth correctly, do it like this. And then look how far your DPS goes. It goes from 309,000 to 472,000 with everything. 46.50 critical hit chance, 110 damage, and then 87 headshot damage. So this is it. The skills, skill haste at 39, 249,000 for skill power, almost 250 like I said. 185,000 health, which is more than enough in my opinion. Armor is not the best, 32.26. It could be better. I need better gear, to be honest. I need better gloves and a better backpack. Only two things I need better. Maybe a better nimble holster, but I'm kind of satisfied with, you know, the stats. 1271 is like god roll, and then 1231, 1251. I might get a better one, who knows? But as of right now, I need better backpack for sure, because that can boost my armor by a lot. Alright guys, so that's pretty much it. I think I pretty much went through everything. My mods, my gun, my gear, my mods for my gear. Oh, let me show you this, my skills. So 162,000 HP, 23-second cooldown. Like I said, this is not going to be better than the 3-tac-3 gold, just because with the 3-tac-3 gold you're getting, you know, better cooldowns. But the thing about this one compared to the 3-tac-3 gold is that like you're getting a lot more heal. Your heal's gonna be a lot better, so that's really good to have. My bag is 16.50. I'm always using a bag. I'm not ever using a pulse, just so you guys know. I gotta use a bag because the bag literally helps me stack adept a lot better. So things that I run. Whoa, hold on, that's not correct. Sorry about that. This is what I run normally: critical save, strike back, attack advance, and precision. That's what I run as a solo player. So yeah. Remember what I told you guys about refreshed? 162,000. 30% of that is like 48,000. So you're getting a little bit over 200,000 health once you pop a booster shot in that last segment. That is why having refresh with a build like this is really strong, because you get like a lot of heal on that booster shot with refresh. So yeah, that's pretty much it guys. That's pretty much the video. Hopefully you guys like it, because this build right over here is something that I will be using a lot more often. And yeah, thank you guys so fucking much for watching once again. Hopefully the solo build is going to be used a lot more often by solo players, because this might be the better build than the 3-tac-3 gold. Who knows? It might be. I'm having a lot of fun with this build just because it's different, right? It's different than the 3-tac-3 gold, because with the 3-tac-3 gold, I'm not doing as much damage as I want to. You are doing damage, but you're not getting as much base damage as this build, and you're not getting as much skill power. So the only downside to this build is that you're not getting that nice 50% skill haste. You're only getting 40%, or in my case 39. So yeah guys, that's pretty much it. Hope you guys liked the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the beginning clip of this video, and just overall everything. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you on the next build video. Later guys.